Welcome everybody to the Brooklyn Crokinole Club. The Kaz here, bringing you round-robin action from our main event that happened on June 29th, 2024. This match featuring Marshall and Tommy, who are going to be playing with the red disc, against Marc and Liz, playing with the light blue disc. As we are going to get underway, figuring out who is shooting first, and it looks like Marshall will take the first shot. 4 rounds of action here in round-robin play, as Marshall gets us started with a bang. Gets the open 20, and Liz to follow up gets us started with the first Super Steve. And Tommy comes up a little bit short. Pause for a picture. And finally, Marc is ready to take his first shot. And in perfect symmetry, the first and last players in the first orbit make their open 20s. Marshall now 2 for 2. And Liz gets on the board, tying up the 20 count. Second chance here for Tommy. And he shoots a laser right into the hole. And we go around the world. +1, and Marshall comes up just a little bit short. Leaves it in a pretty good spot there. Best way to get a 20 off of this is go through the alley, I think. Looks like Liz is going to try to do that. Full concentration, just able to keep her shooter on. Tommy makes quick work of that. Very close shot, very easy. Rolls into the 10, it looks like. Marc looking like he's trying to play some strategy here, get his disc to roll to Tommy's side of the board, making a tough shot for Marshall. That is exactly what he's planning to do. And just does not do that at all. Plan backfires, and Marshall unable to grab the 20s lead for his team, but lots of traffic on the board. Hanger chance here for Liz. Well, she does get it off, not able to collect on the 20. Tommy checking out his angles here. His target is right up against his own disc, which is also pretty close to a peg. Could be a very unpredictable shot, and does manage to get the off. Rolls out. And nice double takeout from Marc, but loses the shooter in the process. Reduces the traffic at least. And Marshall hits another 20. Tommy and Marshall now up 4-3 in the 20 count. Go Liz, and Marc gives her some coaching. Oh, and she just catches the peg on the way in. So now an open chance here for Tommy. And he collects on it, now 5-3 in favor of Tommy and Marshall. Marc going for the rebound off of the disc, and it just comes right back out. Stays on the board though, and a roll in there from Marshall. Very nice placement. Good separation of discs, and in order just to tie, Liz and Marc need to clear the board and have both of their discs go in for 20s and have Tommy mess up. So this kind of comes down to the shot this first round. Will it be a tie, or will Tommy and Marshall strike first? Same shot that Liz had last time. Last time she hit the peg and lost the shooter. This time she needs the clear and the 20. Very little margin for error here. She does manage to get the off, but not able to get the 20. Leaves a heavy hanger here for Tommy. inconsequential shot as Marc has the final shot, down 220s, and there's traffic on the board. This makes a nice clear. Tommy and Marshall will strike first and get the first 2 points of these 4 rounds of action. His first shot trips over the hole, giving a touch 20 chance here for Tommy. And he does get the off and the 20. And this time Marc coming up a little short, giving another chance here for Marshall. And he does make contact, but leaves a hanger for Lizz. And she collects on that, tied in the 20 count. Maybe an angle in chance here for Tommy, just content to hit and stick. Marc figuring out which one he wants to go for. It looks like he's going to play to the outside and roll in, and almost gets it. Not enough mustard on that one. Leaves a hanger here for Marshall. And Marshall capitalizes. Marc left that disc in the middle for Lizz to try to get the 20 off of. And she does manage to get the off and stays in the house. That hole protecting the blue disc there. A nice roll in, and now Lizz and Marc with traffic on the board. Marshall looking like he's going to go for the 20. Maybe a wiser move to try to go for the outside disc. And catches the peg on the way in, loses the shooter, now giving Marc and Lizz a huge advantage. To try and get another bump and run 20, and nope, just tripping over the hole. Good separation. Lots of traffic on the board now. 4 discs on the board. Total of 50 points on the board for Marc and Lizz, which is more than enough to overcome the 120 deficit. Chipping away is Tommy. And now Tommy giving Marshall a coaching to go to the opposite side and try to hide there from Lizz's shot. It looks like she has an opening right there, going straight through the board. And she gets it. Nice, clean takeout there. And Tommy with a nice double takeout. Inching closer are Tommy and Marshall, trying to pull this one back under their control. We head to the last orbit, seeing what he can see from his side, and coach Lizz how to tackle this. Disc is right up against a peg. Going through the alley looks like, to me, the best chance rather than going half hole or going through her own disc. But those would be the 3 options to tackle this. Lizz looking carefully at all sides. Immediately does not like it going over half hole. Looks like she's going to go through the alley. And she catches the peg and hits her own disc, losing 2 in the process, and she is disgusted enough that she stands up. So the tide has turned in this second round. Marshall and Tommy will snatch another 2 points. In the third round, Tommy just trips over the hole, and Marc gets a nice clean takeout, leaving his disc in no man's land. Marshall does make a nice clean takeout there. Fall through chance here for Lizz, maybe. Oh, it's too much chaos. He loses the shooter. Tommy looking maybe just to get some separation. Very limited chance here for a 20 from Marc. Does not get it. Does get an off, though. Disc is vulnerable for a touch 20, and just a little bit too much behind that one from Marshall. No 20s yet in this third round of action. And Lizz just makes a nice touch. Stays on the board. Clean takeout from Tommy. Trading positions here. And now a cluster of crimson in the house. 45 points on the board for Tommy and Marshall. Triple takeout may be in play, but a double would be just as good. Goes for the follow-through and does manage to keep the board the same as it was last time she shot. Ooh, and Tommy shot boomerangs on him. Now an opportunity here for Marc to score the first 20 of the round, and he does. Marshall almost able to get a 20 off of that. Leaves it hanging heavily over the hole. And Lizz getting a nice double takeout, rebound 20 off of that. That was a clutch shot. Well done. Marc putting even further distance. Up now 3-0. And Marc giving Lizz the instruction to go to the outside and stay to the outside. She rolls in, though. Not what she wanted to do. But up 3 20s going into the last orbit. Points on the board may be the only way that Marshall and Tommy can win this third round. And Marc says no with a double takeout 20 of his own. Marshall's last shot getting the bump and run just to say, hey, we scored 1-2. And Lizz's last shot doesn't need to take it, and so she just won't. So Marc and Lizz now on the board going into the fourth and final round as Marc gets us started with a 20. Marshall just shooting a little bit too far to the left. Nice takeout there from Lizz and staying to the outside of the house. Tommy gets a nice clean takeout there. And Marc does play to the 10. Marshall, what's the best way to tackle this? It looked like he initially wanted to take the disc out through the house. It looks like he was going to do that too, but no, nice pullback to his side of the board. So just a hit and stick would make a tough shot here for Tommy, but Lizz peels and leaving an open chance for Tommy to tie the 20 count in this fourth round, and just trips over it. He's not happy about that. Vigorous takeout there from Marc. Oh, and Marshall just makes contact but loses the shooter. Now an open chance here for Lizz. And she collects. Now up 2-0 in the 20 count. Options here for Tommy: go for the angle in or go for the hit and stick, and neither of those work out for him. And Marc now with a chance to hit a dagger. He does. Up 3-0 in the 20 count. Trying to roll in there, it looked like Marshall was, and stopped by the peg. This doesn't have to do too much here. Come to the last bits of this match and this round. Nice hide there from Tommy. Nice shot through Hogan's Alley from Marc. And Marshall catches the peg on the way in. Looks like the scoreboard jumped ahead a little bit. Oops. This comes up just a little bit short. And making that 20 was Tommy, their first of this final round. And Marshall does make the second 20. Last couple of shots here. Open board for Lizz. Looks like this round has been put away. Triple takeout 20 from Tommy would be enough to tie it. All that he can do. And almost manages to get a nice double takeout himself. But this round will go to Lizz and Marc, and this match will be tied 4 points apiece. Excellent shooting. Well even match. As we look at some of the highlights, first a couple of great shots from Tommy. Nailing a couple of those hanger 20s. And Marc getting hanger 20 of his own. And this nice double takeout 20 as well. Marshall getting a nice bump and run. As well as a little touch there with a takeout to go with it. Hanger 20s all around in this match. And the beautiful double takeout rebound 20 from Lizz. The fist pump to go with it. We thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this. If you'd like to join us, please follow the links in the description below to find out when we'll be meeting next, and we hope to see you there. We'd love to teach you this great game.